much, Rick. Months ago, we introduced you to Garth Callahan. He shared the story of special bonds he built with his daughter Emma by dropping napkin notes in her lunch. Since she was a little girl, she's now in high school, but the notes took a deeper meaning 3 years ago when Garth was diagnosed with cancer. Now Garth's story has been turned into the book Napkin Notes. Joining us are Garth Callahan and his lovely daughter, Emma. I'm so happy to have you both. Napkin Notes, and I read a good portion of it very, very early this morning. It's probably one of the most meaningful books that I've read in many, many years. Your story is now that you're fighting cancer again, stage 4 cancer, and that the odds are very difficult with stage 4 cancer, kidney cancer.
Correct.
Tell us how this book came about and what the meaning is for you and your family.
A few years ago, after I was first diagnosed with cancer, I discovered Emma was saving the notes that I was writing to her. And I took a look at how she was saving them in a little composition book. And I thought, gosh, this is a really good way to share the notes with other families and maybe inspire parents to write notes to their kids.
And you wrote about 826 notes that you received, Emma, over that time. What do your father's notes mean to you, especially in light of the fact that he's fighting so hard to get well again?
My dad's notes mean everything to me, especially just having that connection even when he's not there. And so I know that I'll always have some of the notes.
Let's look at a couple of the notes. If you are always trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can be. And you quoted Maya Angelou there. What were you saying?
I really wanted Emma to understand that normal's not okay. It's actually better to be exceptional in anything that you can do.
And is that what you got out of that? Have you read Maya Angelou before, Emma?
I have.
Absolutely. And then another note that you wrote, Garth. Dear Emma, success consists of going from failure to failure without the loss of enthusiasm. And you quoted Winston Churchill. You've been in business and you worked at Circuit City and you've been successful in your career. What's the importance of understanding failure?
I think the biggest thing is that if you're always afraid of failure, you probably won't try. And if you don't try, you can't succeed.
And I think you understand the uniqueness of daughters. I've got 2 daughters who I love, and I know how much you love your daughter. You wrote, Dear Emma, don't be afraid to be yourself. You are awesome, and I'm proud to be your dad. Now, when you got that note, do you remember getting that note?
Yes,
and,
I do.
And what did you feel then, and what do you feel now in talking about it?
I mean, every time I read a note, I'm inspired all over again, and I think about my dad, and I think about how great everything that he's doing is.
Well, it is. He's a particularly courageous man, as well as a great author. Let's look at one of the final notes that I cataloged this morning that I found particularly interesting and moving to me. Dear Emma, sometimes when I need a miracle, I look into your eyes and see that I've already created one. How does that make you feel, Emma?
It makes me feel great knowing that my dad loves me that much and that he finds inspiration in me, even though he's the one that's being inspiring in this.
He is. Garth, how can people do this in their own lives, even people that are not suffering and fighting the way that you are fighting? And I believe that you're going to win. How can they do this every day?
I think the easiest thing to remember is that this is not difficult. I'm not trying to climb Mount Everest or win a gold medal. All you have to do is take a pen and some type of paper or note card and take that commitment once a day for 30 or 45 seconds and write a note to a loved one.
If you're not able to overcome this cancer, and you've overcome it so many times already, what does this book do for you? What does this say for you, for Emma and your good wife going forward?
The purpose behind that side of the book is that neither Emma nor Lisa will ever wonder what I believe in or what I stand for. That at any time in the future, they can stand up and look around and say, okay, this is what Garth thinks.
Garth and Emma, this is going to be the subject of a movie, and this is going to be the subject of a lot of conversation on Saturday in the United States of America. A moving, inspirational, encouraging, dramatic story with a lot of wisdom and a lot of good points, even for me in living my life. Garth and Emma Callahan, we're so proud of you and so proud to meet you, and I hope this book is a knockout because it's a great, great book.
Thank you so much.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Nice to see you.